Welcome to day 14 of the Daily Warrior Ritual Challenge. So, I hope all is well with yourself and your rituals and however it's going. Hopefully, you push through. I know sometimes life definitely can throw some curveballs unexpectedly, and those are curveballs of testing to see how committed you are basically to yourself. And are you willing to do whatever it takes, no matter what's being thrown your way? So today is all about continue implementing your new daily routine. So I know in a few of the previous days I've spoke about not speaking too much about what it is that you're working on as far as your goals. And a few reasons why I said that is because sometimes our goals need to set root before it can start hitting the light of day, and people to become aware of what it is that we're working on. Sometimes we just need to do things that's more in the darkness, where it's like nurturing that seed before it hits the sun. And sometimes we definitely do need to involve some people in our goals, and but sometimes we sabotage our own selves before we start when we start talking about things that we want in our lives before it even had a chance to even create roots within the darkness. And this was why I said what I said. Sometimes we need to keep our goals to ourselves. So I would suggest, let's say for instance, it's something with money. You're working towards accumulating a certain amount of money, and you still haven't got it yet. Or maybe it's like you're creating a lifestyle out of the money that you want to accumulate. Um, I won't say outright lie. So never lie about what it is that you're doing. I would say to people, but allude to it and be like, I don't want to speak on details because I don't want to block any blessings in case. But I want certain things like I wouldn't say speak about the actual number of how much you want. But I would say, this is more to keep me on track to create a discipline, and it is to help keep you on track and to create discipline. You don't necessarily have to go into the minute details of like your plan, but allude to it a little bit, and also seek for help because sometimes we need outside people that's around us that cares about us to also help us. And I would definitely say just allude to certain things. Don't speak out too much before it happens. Um, but I feel like once you accumulate, I guess, a certain amount of that's what you're working towards, um, then you could say some things to certain people. Um, and you're like, you're the one who helped me be able to get to this goal before the time period, I mean, the due date. And, I'm appreciative of it. And sometimes you may express that to certain family members or friends or whoever you have that's supportive of you in whatever it is that you're working towards. So if it's a money amount, especially if it's to help create something that you want to be able to bring to your family and or friends or community or business or whatever it is that you're doing, you know um I feel like you should plan it out, act it out before you start speaking out about it, especially if it didn't come into fruition. But you should never hide the fact that you're doing something, and be proud of what it is. Especially, I wouldn't say be braggadocious, but definitely be proud of yourself, especially if you put that time and effort into doing something. And that could be utilized as a form of inspiration for others. So instead of bragging about it, like, some people like to get flashy, I would definitely suggest to inspire people based on what it is that you did, based off of your own routines. Speak about your trial and tribulations and stuff like that. But ultimately, sometimes we need support. And it's okay for you to identify certain family members, friends, or professional coach who can provide encouragement and accountability. Um, I would suggest share certain aspects of your goals and plans with your support system and ask them for their help in sticking to your new routine. Um, like I said, I don't think you should lie, but I don't think you should completely, especially if they don't have any connection to whatever it is that you're working towards. So if they don't see the same vision as you, sometimes it's hard for people to want to really help you, especially if it's like an outrageous amount of money. You may not want to, share certain aspects of that because certain people might get a little tense or uncomfortable with certain money numbers or certain things that they've never seen themselves be able to cultivate. So they may use their limitations and try to push their limitations onto you. So be mindful of that. Even if they care about you, just allude to certain things and be like, I don't want to speak too much on what it is that I want to bring forth, but that's okay. Um, so don't be afraid to ask for help or support when you need it. Um, I can't stress that enough. Sometimes we do need others to help us from time to time. Um, so don't be afraid to remember that. And remember, you're not alone. You don't have to do everything alone. Having a strong support system can be a big difference in your success. So I understand some people definitely need others to help push them along. So if that's you, I I implore you to not overly expose everything within your plan, especially if they're not connected to it in a certain way. But if they are, by all means, I think you guys should collaborate and create accountabilities that's going to help each other and yourselves and help you create what it is that you want with your routine and goal. So, anyway, I hope that helps. Um, hopefully, um, hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully, um, you do seek accountability, whether it's with family, friends, or even this support group, this support channel, as far as creating and cultivating your own goals. Um, and I will speak to you all on day 15 of the Daily Warrior Ritual Challenge.